So today we have a very special episode of IBF Talks. We actually have the founder of Arhabo, which is an events app and which is getting thousands of downloads. So a lot of exciting feedback already. I'm going to let the founder, Mohamed Harif, talk about that. But before you get into the app, what inspired you, Harif, to build this app? Because, I know the world's biggest event is now happening in Qatar, the FIFA World Cup. It doesn't get bigger than this. What inspired you, and how is this different from other events kind of experiences, apps?
As you all know, Qatar is very receptive to all kind of people or events or whatever it's happening all around the world. There are lots of events happening on a daily basis, even if not to the biggest event of the decade which is happening currently. Even if apart from that, even before that, there were lots of events happening on a daily basis.
Right.
So you get to know all the informations, most of the informations from different platforms. There are various platforms which give you all the informations. But we were thinking of a platform where you get to know all in a go. Like it's all in a one solution kind of thing. Qatar has a very rich history. So basically on a daily basis there is exhibitions happening, there are different cultural events happening which are official. Some of the events might be unofficial events, some of them might be community events happening. So I'll just give you a quick intro on my company. We are Blue Links. We have been here since 2012. And since the launch of our company, we have been looking forward, as any other Qatari citizen or a resident who have been a part of Qatar, we were all looking forward to this World Cup. So we wanted to give something back to the community or Qatar. Right. So that's when we came up with this idea of having an app. We launched the app, which is Arhabo, which is basically focused on, for the time being, it's focused on FIFA. You get to know all the informations. You get to know you get to watch the highlights, the stories of what happened. You get to know the schedules. You get to know the news, and you get to know one of the biggest feature, or rather one of the cool features. Basically, you get to know the goal at the go. Like for example, if the goal
real time.
That's good. And within 5 to 10 minutes, we upload the video as well. On the app, you get you get to watch the highlights.
So if I have the app on my phone, it gives me like a push notification. Sometimes I'm on the go. I rely on Twitter. I have subscribed to. I follow one account in Twitter that sends me a tweet whenever a goal is there. So the app can do the same thing.
Yes, app gives you a customized version of it basically. That's so when Messi scores, it says Messi scores, or Germany leads, or Spain leads. So we customize AI to push it, and we there's like it's almost on the same second you get a push notification on your phone saying that there is a goal. So this is one of the feature of it, and the video is there in the app within like 5 to 10 minutes of it. So apart from the FIFA, apart from the World Cup, you get to know all the statistics, all information regarding the World Cup is already there on the app. Apart from this, Qatar is very receptive to all the communities and all the different kind of people, different types of people, and currently you can find many events happening in Qatar. There are official events, there are lots of official events happening.
Fan zones.
Exactly. Fan zones which are officially happening. Plus there are other communities, like for example Argentina Fan Festival, Brazil Fan Festival. So there are so many fan festivals which are happening in Qatar right now. And you don't have a platform basically to see all those events, like Mexican fan events. So there are so many.
So that's one thing which was impressive. I didn't know that there was a Mexican fan festival happening at one of the hotels in La Salle. I came to know that thanks to their app. So this is what it's we in Doha. I think, Leo, we have this issue. We don't know, though we what's actually happening. It's always defining that. So you guys can solve that. That'll be good things. We can plan our weekdays and weekends.
Right. So basically, so you have, as I said, you have different platforms which gives you the official version of it. Like so if there is an official event happening, it from different platforms. But if it's a community event, they sometimes don't advertise it much, or you don't get to know the information of it. But then we have some partners or some channels where you can get all those information so that we can publish it in the app too. So
and you have real-time guys who's always updating information on a day-to-day basis.
On a day-to-day basis, even on an hourly basis. So some of the events which we get to know, like maybe around. So they, in fact, So there was this Qatar fans who assembled in Lusail, which was a big event. But they in fact organized it a day before, and it was a huge event, like around 2,000, 2,500. Every fans who was supporting the Qatar, they were there. But they organized this event a day before, and we came to know it and we published, so we were able to be part of it. So basically,
so how do I notice in your app, for example, I see the highlights of the football goals and all. So what about for the other events? Will you put highlights for?
Yes.
So if it's
any event, we can
concert or
so we can have some highlights like 20-second videos, 30-second videos. We can put it up there, which can be more of a reel or a story kind of stuff. We can do that. And apart from the events, we also have all the information on Qatar. So basically, like places to visit. The restaurants, the historic places here in Qatar, the stadiums, the cinemas. So all the informations are there in the app. Plus all the restaurants which is happening, and we have categorized it based on the cuisines.
So even tourists can benefit from
Yes. So when we decided to go on with the app, that was our first thought, like how to get all the informations in one go. And if someone has a
and no one is doing something like this in Doha. You don't have one app which is all. I don't know. I know ticketing apps are there where you can buy tickets. But they only advertise events where they're selling tickets.
Exactly.
But an app which gives you information about the different kinds of activities that's happening, that is interesting.
Even it's a community app where there is no payment involved or there is no ticketing involved. Like we try to advertise it in the app. And
some exclusive offers I hear are coming as well.
Yes.
For the restaurants.
And thank you so much for this opportunity for introducing our app to a bigger audience. So that's where we are lacking actually currently.
Excellent. No, because I was surprised that you have so many thousands of downloads already. So that shows you've already touched a chord with all
and we do have this photo contest which is happening, which is the winner. So you can post your photos in the app, and if you get more you will win an iPhone 14 Pro.
That's good. The photo has to be in the stadium or in the fan zone, anywhere, as long as it has the football feel to it.
Yes, it has to have the football feel. We initially thought of dividing it into different zones. But then the company who is sponsoring the iPhone 14 said it's fine.
It's fine. Let them
make it.
So for all the viewers out there, this is your chance to win that iPhone 14 Pro Max. Pro Max. Yes. That's good. Okay, I want to talk about the behind the scenes. This is a really nice app. Looking at it, it's really good, clean UI. The features are really great. Now, what was the biggest challenge you had when developing the app, and how were you able to overcome that?
Technology wise, we were able to come up with we were able to go past all the hurdles which we had. The biggest challenge I would say was the data collection in terms of all those channels, how to make these channels, like how to get this data on community events which are happening, the official events,
getting all those data together.
All those data together was one of the biggest challenge. And it has to be authentic, it has to be live. So that was one of the biggest challenge. But we had people, we had friends, we had partners who helped us through. Like Vineet was also part of it. So we had some pretty good recommendations to whom to approach basically. So we were not aware of it. So that's where we through friends and through partners basically we were able to go past that challenge. Basically.
How did you deal with the copyright? Since you're using videos from the official FIFA matches, how were you able to hurdle that challenge?
So we are partnered with a company back in India. So all the uploads are happening from India, and we are partnered with a company back in India who has the rights. And all the highlights and reels are for 24 hours. So you don't need it's. You need a copyright as such, but then it's fine. All those are like 24.
It's like fair usage or
fair
something.
Fair usage, exactly. And we just post the videos which are available on online on most of the platforms.
And I think you also have for advertisers. place where they can advertise their content.
Right.
You have banner ads or something like that.
Right. So this is what we were trying to do. Like basically, if you are a company or if you have something to advertise, you can advertise in our app.
Right.
You can be a sponsored. We have banners in the app where you can post your ads.
So brands who want to engage can actually
Exactly.
do that, right?
So they can contact us and basically they can let us know so that we can post their ads in the app.
I want to get some inspiration from you because I heard this app just was took around 6 months to develop.
Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty quick for a really nice looking app like this. What advice can you give to those aspiring developers out there or entrepreneurs who want to go into the app business? Development.
I'll tell you about the development side of it. So currently, be updated. Like that.
Right.
That would be my advice. So thing is, in the early days, that you have to have an iOS developer, Android developer. But currently, there are platforms which can manage both.
All,
And then even you have to be well aware of the backend, which no one sees. Only developer knows the pain, how to manage all the backend stuff. Like you have to have a cloud infrastructure.
Okay.
You have to have a backend system where you manages everything. And apart from all this, so once the app is done, you have the backend ready, you have the app ready. You have to have someone who can manage the data. Like for example, the news. Someone who has to post the news of what happened yesterday. And the biggest challenge is it should be easier for them also, so that they can log into the backend and they can post this, all the information very easily. If you are going to give them a backend with all the coding and stuff, it would be very difficult for them to manage as well. And they wouldn't be a tech savvy to know all those stuff. So there has to be a backend. So yes, the app is great. Like the UI has to be great, everything, but the backend is something which most of the people wouldn't be aware of.
Okay.
And that is something which you should focus on. And the UI. You have to have someone who knows the UI know-how, basically.
So it has to be a balance between the content, the back end, the UI, and everything together.
And UI is the one always reflects, basically.
Yes, like, that's the first thing that people are looking at.
People look at.
There are special partners for the International Business Festival. So great to so download Arhabo now. And go ahead and don't miss out that event. Which you never knew was happening.
Exactly, and win the iPhone.
And
and thank you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.